It was not pretty. It was not pretty. But they won. Whoa. Man. It didn't need to be that hard. It really didn't need to be that hard, did it? But at the end of the day, they won. It was just, oh my God. It started out, the defense started giving up rushing yards. Darnold seemed to he was, what was he, 9 for 10? It was just, it was an annoying. They were down 10-0. The defense seemed to settle down. They started getting 3 and outs. I'm just going to digress. If that kid missed the kick to put the Bills up 8, that might have been his career. I think that would have, if he would have missed that kick, 40-yard field goal, it would have been a travesty. And I'm going to give credit to McDermott for sticking with it, putting him out there, kick after kick after kick. They got a cheap 3 at the end of the half with him too. The defense in the second half, 14 total yards. They put a ball on the ground. They didn't recover it. They had another chance for an interception. Tremaine Edmonds has to make that interception. 5 sacks in the second half, 7 total for the game. An interception to seal the game. Jerry Hughes was a madman on that last drive. The refs, even the hit on Hyde, bang, bang play. He hits him in the shoulder. Everybody just lost their minds. They had a touchdown called back for an illegal formation. I didn't know what the hell that was. Andre Roberts played a nice game. He set up the Bills lovely. I thought they were going to score on that drive, but they ended up, again, I don't know if I think it was a 3-point. It was either 3 points or a missed field goal. I think the Bills punt. Did they punt once today? I think they punted once. It was a crazy 18-10. It was a crazy game. They just, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they were great. They played so much better on defense in the second half. Darnold looked completely confused. He starts dancing around the second he sees something he doesn't like or his first read's not there. Great pass breakup by the one play that I thought they had late was a Taron Johnson breakup. It was a crosser on the sideline, but it was a woo. But I had a feeling in my gut it was going to be this kind of game. I really, really did. I didn't see a blowout. I'm like, you're going into an 0-6 team's house. Their backs are against the wall. They're getting their starting quarterback back. They're getting their left tackle back. Gase gave up play calling. Not that helped much. And they grinded it out. They were able to grind it out. I like the offense much, much better in the second half. Much, much better. They just started running. They stopped the one play that they have to slowly start to wheedle out of the playbook is that jet sweep reverse to McKenzie. They have to stop that. It killed them twice. If Croft stays on his feet, that's a touchdown. If I don't know what they saw in the illegal penalty, that's a touchdown. It was an annoying game in that regard. Allen did get strip sacked early in the game. Maybe that's a touchdown. Maybe that's 3 points. Maybe that's a missed field goal. Who knows? It was a crazy game. Crazy game. Hughes sealed the deal. He's the game MVP. And I'm gonna say this. Even though those are 2 touchdown passes off the board. If Croft stays on his feet, he's going to walk in. Davis, Allen really he played well. He was 30 for 20, 30 for 43, over 300 yards. He was pretty patient. He settled down. He took what the defense gave him. He made some plays. Um, yeah, Trey nearly had an interception. He got called for the pass interference where I didn't see. I see two guys, there was some ticky-tack calls on the Jets touchdown. There was a ticky-tack call against, was it Poyer or Hyde? I believe it was Hyde. It was a nothing call on Perriman, a nothing play. And he just had his hand on his hip, and it was boom. Now, Levi Wallace had an interception early this year against the Rams. He comes back next week, but it was a crazy win. Maybe it's the kind of win they need. Maybe it's the kind of win they need. Just that the defense finally showed up, played up to their capability. They did get Milano back. He was only in there, as you guys noticed. He was only in there on passing, obvious passing downs. He was not in there for the rundowns. Klein played a lot of snaps, which was smart. I saw damager Joe Epinesa showed up. He shared a sack with Trent Murphy. Zimmer played a lot in the second half. Justin Zimmer played a lot. They got some good push up the middle. They held at the point of attack. They defended the run pretty well. The 14 yards that they gave up in the second half, 9 of those were on I believe, a Frank Gore run or a Michael Peterine run. They were just crap. They were just crap in the second half. Once the Bills got a couple of 3 and outs, that was the Jets, Sam Darnold led Jets. I know it's just, I just don't see it in this kid. I just don't see it. Granted, maybe it's the weapons, the line. I just see a lot of. He should have had like 3 or 4 interceptions today. Dane Jackson held his own. I saw many people point that out. Eric just reminded me, he played the whole game. He played the whole game on boundary. He looked good. He's going to stay on this roster now. They can't, if they put him back, somebody's going to claim him. So they have to keep him up on the 53 now, because if they put him down, he's exposed for 48 hours, and then he can get claimed. So I see him staying up. This is with Levi Wallace, and both Levi Wallace and Feliciano are due to come back this week. So definitely going to get Feliciano back this week. Levi Wallace would be nice. You need depth corners. Hussein asked, you think we played better on defense in the second half because Milano came back? Milano didn't play the whole first half. He just played on passing downs. He was only in there on passing downs, Hussein. I was looking at the down and distance. When it was an obvious passing down, he was in there. Otherwise, he wasn't, which, you know what? If you save him, he didn't really – I think he was in on 1 tackle down the field. I didn't see – I saw him stick his nose in there a couple of times. He sniffed out the screen. I don't know if you saw it. It was like a third and 20, and they wanted to do a screen to Barrios, and he pointed it out, and they just blew it right up. Either way, yeah, Winters wasn't too good, Patrick. He's probably going to – but I see Feliciano taking his spot, and it was a dramatic week for the Bills. Let's be honest. It was a dramatic week. You had – you're coming off 2 losses. You have the Quentin Spain release, which has everybody, questioning what's going on. He lost his starting job. Maybe he was malcontent. Maybe it was causing some divisiveness or some, maybe he was, and they released him. And you see that they're not going to be beholden to guys, no matter what their draft status is, what their contract status is. If they feel like they want to bench somebody, and they're going to do it. If they feel like there's somebody better, they're going to put him in. I mean, look at Justin Zimmer. Case in point, Justin Zimmer. And I'll say this though. He Bucker played well. Morse, he got an over move done on him by Quinnen Williams, which fucked Allen up one time. Wasn't a sack, but it threw the whole play right off. Gonna read some comments here. Steelers almost blew it. See, look at the Steelers. You had a game. They were blowing them out. Titans came back, and Steven Gostkowski, who's been in the league forever, misses a kick. It was a very makeable kick. I felt like Tyler Bass's career took a turn today for the better. You know, he went out. McDermott was confident, trotting him out there, confident. He trotted him out there for a 50. It's those 30-yarders. He missed a 30-yarder, and I think he missed a 45-yard. It was just like, dude, hit these kicks, man. He's capable. The one he made, he would have been good from 65. He just needs to, you know, again, he was amped after that last kick, which was, I think we all were. And I was totally confident. This is the first time all year I can say I was confident in the first game, but in this is the first time I was confident. I was like, the Bills defense, they're playing with an edge. They're excited right now. They've got their juice back. They're going to, granted it's the Jets. I don't see the Jets going down and scoring here. Moss, yeah, let me bring him up. Moss played well. He caught the ball well. He ran the ball hard. If they can get him in motor, and that's why I like the second half. They got those two going. They handed the ball off. Just these conventional handoffs. Stop with this jet sweep motion, with the fake in. Cost them. It killed the drive. It totally killed the drive for them when he got stopped, and they had to settle for a long field goal attempt. I don't know if he made it or missed because, you know, is he 6 for 8? But man, it was a crazy game. Hussein says I'd give the Jets a second round pick for Quentin Williams ASAP. The dude's a dog. John Patrick Bucker wasn't good either in the first half. Decent in the second half though. Joe Smith, I think Harrison Phillips will be much better once the knee gets better in a month or so. Joe Smith, that's crazy. Allen throws for 300 yards, and we're like, man. Well, that's the level you want the quarterback to be at. I thought the same thing. I'm like, you know, Josh threw for 3 and change for, you know, a cheap 3, and he had 2 touchdowns taken off the board. One by his own player pulling a Daniel Jones trip, and the other off I don't know what these flags were. These flags, and the thing that annoys me about these flags is they're coming late. There was 2 flags. The one on Hyde, it was like 5 seconds after the play. And then there was another one. I forget where it was. It was during the kickoff. The Bills got a decent return. Then all of a sudden I see them starting at the 8-yard line. I'm like, what the fuck happened? During the commercial break, there was a flag. Oh, what? Like, why aren't you throwing these flags when you see them? Why is it taking so long for you to throw? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And there was one intentional grounding on Darnold. You cannot tell me there wasn't he was outside the pocket, but I didn't see him get it past the line of scrimmage, or I didn't see any receiver in the area. I don't know how he got away with that shit. But I had a weird feeling about this game. When the Jets were up 10-0, I know I was like the rest of you. I was like, oh my God, they're going to lose this game. I cannot believe they're going to lose this game. And they just grinded. They grinded. For the most part, Allen stayed patient. He stayed patient. He took some shots outside the red zone. I'd have to go look at the play where Davis lost his touchdown because I didn't see it. I don't know. Maybe he wasn't covering up the tackle. I don't know. Patrick Levi, he is underrated. He's an underrated corner. But Jackson took a step today because he played really well. Granted, the Jets aren't world beaters at wide receiver, but if that kid can somehow come in and contribute, I mean, he got an interception today. He was beautiful. I mean, he looks like a natural hands catcher. He didn't fight it, just brought it in. I was hoping he can get some more yards, but I'm not going to say, you know, one way or another. It was that kind of game. It was like when Croft went down. I was like, oh my God, I just run into the end zone so we could just get that monkey off our back. Because I knew, I was like, they're going to end up settling for a field. I don't know why. When Croft fell, I'm like, they're going to settle for a fucking field goal here. I'm going to read some comments. 12 penalties today, even got flagged during the corner. Yeah, it was insane. Some of these penalties. But you notice in the second half, the Jets got some penalties in some critical situations. Right after the Hyde hit, I thought was a bang-bang play. People will be like, oh, it was – what is this game? I've seen that pass, that type of hit. We've seen that type of hit a million times, and they're just, to me, they're just reacting to to what happened. They're reacting to the guy getting hit and being, laid out. Darnold led him into a big hit. Hyde just made a bang bang play, in my opinion. I don't see the brouhaha over it. Andrew Edmonds doing everything in his power to not get paid. He played well in the second half. He made some good tackles. But he's just got to make those impact plays. He had a chance for 2 interceptions today. 2. There was one he clearly should have put in. The one that Darnold put behind Pirine. If he gets that, oh man, the Bills would have had the ball at the 30 with 40 seconds before the second half. Joe, I wouldn't go that far yet, but he definitely is going to end up seeing the field more. Jackson came. I don't know if I can say that they held him down to 100 and some yards passing today, and 14 yards in the first in the 14 total yards, 9 of which were running in the second half. That's a good day at the office. Your ruse, ma'am. I wonder if the running back. Yeah, I think that's the idea, to share the work. Moss, Singletary get into a rhythm. That's why I like the second half much better. They just let those 2 guys work. They got those 2 guys some touches. They seemed to favor Moss a little bit, but he ran hard. He ran hard. There was the one long run that he had, like a 26-yarder. But I like him, and he seemed to really get his sea legs under him. Cowboys lost again, laughing out loud. Yeah, that's always a nice day when I don't know why that message was deleted. Edmonds looked better today, but you can tell he's gutting it out. Darnold, yeah, Darnold just, I just don't. He looks like the same guy we saw Week 17 against the Bills team that had no interest in being out there. And basically gave the game to the Jets. That's who he looks like. Beasley, crazy. Beasley played huge today. That was crazy that he was out of bounds. The play after Davis, that would have been a touchdown if Beasley stays in bounds because he touched the pylon. So there's 3 touchdowns Allen could have had, or 2, because the Davis play was the one right before that. It was crazy. It just seemed like they just weren't going to get into the end zone. But even the Jets, their touchdown drive came off the Allen fumble. It's not like they were world beater. There was a couple of drives there where they gave the Bills made the adjustment, and they finally fixed whatever was ailing them. I know a lot of us are watching the Patriots and 49ers right now because Bills do play the Patriots next week. So we'll want to pay attention to that game. I didn't see any injuries. I didn't hear about any injuries in this game. So there's nothing to really talk about there, which is great. Diggs went down after an incomplete going across the middle. I don't know if he I don't know if he hit his head because they took his helmet away. I'm like, oh shit, is he in concussion protocol? Things like that. So he was came back in the game though. So let me read some of these comments here. Definitely missed John Brown. Missed John Brown a lot. He's another really nice target for Allen. I definitely was in favor of sitting him this game. I had no problem with him not playing. So if they gave him this game to get right, and they're gonna have him limited in practice, they're not gonna have him running a lot, and just see how he feels for this upcoming week. Hussein, bro, I was losing my shit. I was losing my shit in the you and me both, man. You and me both. I was just sick to my stomach. I'm like, how are they going to lose to this team? How are they going to let their season slip away? I mean, shit. There's 9 games to go, and they're 5-2. I mean, they played some good quarterbacks. They played some good football teams. They played a not a good one today, and they had to gut out a grimy old school Bills win, but they won. They did. It's just that's the game of football. I had it in my gut. I woke up and I just didn't have a good taste in my mouth. I'm like, this is going to be a weird game. That's all I had in my head is this is going to be a weird game, and it was. Hussein, when we die on the tombstone, I wanted to say I was a Bills fan. Death was easy. That's awesome. That's a great one, bro. Great one, Thomas. Um, Good and bad. I'm glad. Yeah, it's I. That's why the title of this is it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. People are gonna say, oh, they didn't score against the Jets. They didn't do this. They didn't do that. You had the kicker miss 2 kicks. But if you watch the game, there was points all over the field. You missed 2 field goals, makeable. A tight end slips running clean to the end zone. I don't know what this penalty was that Davis got called on him for not being incorrectly lined up, but they let the play go. That's what I don't get. Why do you let the play go, wait for the guy to score a touchdown, then the flag comes? If he's lined up incorrectly, why don't you throw the flag, blow the whistle right away instead of letting guys blow their load for a play or potentially get injured on a play that's not going to count? I don't understand that. Chris, I'm going to read your comment. I don't know why it's hidden. T-Bass is the type of performance we can expect from him in the rest of the year. 7 is success rate. I think long-term he will be a Hall of Famer, but growing pains loved when he walked to I said this, Chris. I said this game saved his career. Making that kick, I think his confidence, I think we'll see a different kicker throughout the rest of the year. Will he miss one? Yeah, but I think he's capable of making them and McDermott just stayed with him. And I like that. I like the steady approach. I like the calm demeanor. I don't like the panicking. I don't like the knee-jerk reactions. I like that they're willing to do that. It's even listening to McDermott, listening to Frazier this week, talking about the defense, trying to get things fixed. They had a pretty good, a very good approach, a steady approach. John, Andre Roberts played huge today. He wants to do that against his former team. And I felt like he was close to breaking one. I was hoping he was going to break it. And I don't know what they ended up doing on that drive. I know they I think they got 3 on that drive, but I can't say that they did. But it was annoying because I felt like, damn, they're set up. They started at the 40. They started inside Jets territory. And they couldn't punch it in today, man. It was so frustrating. Thomas, did anyone else think yeah, that was a bullshit. Both penalties were bullshit on him. I didn't see the pass interference that he had on Perriman, or was it Mims? And the hit was a bang bang hit. It was a bang bang hit. That's a football play. That's a football player forcing a player to lose possession of the ball. That's what I saw. Damager. What's with these illegal formations? Refs are petty. Yeah, I don't know. I have no clue. The fact is, I question if it was an illegal formation, why don't you blow the whistle and throw the flag, blow the whistle, and say illegal formation instead of letting them run the play, wait for the outcome of the play, then allow guys to. I don't understand that. But you know what? Later on, the Bills pass rush started getting home. They started getting after. They had an illegal formation. The Jets did, which cost them a plus play. They got a big holding penalty. Hughes drew a holding penalty. He snuffed out a bootleg by Darnold, which ended up being an incomplete pass. He forced a fumble. Darnold was able to recover. A lineman was able to recover. 2 sacks and an interception. So Jerry Hughes was the MVP of the game. Honorable mention went to Josh Allen, and a big-time hat tip goes to Tyler Bass. This league needs to pay refs more because they clearly don't give a fuck about. I don't know. I just think that everybody has a union. Everybody has I don't know. It's just hard. Christopher, what's going on with Brown and Milano? Well, Brown, they rested him today basically, and Milano just played on passing downs today. He was out there. He was out there for the last drive. He was just out there on obvious passing situations. Hussein, this yeah, it's any other job you mess up, you get fired. This one, it's like, what do they do? Reassign you? They should. If you make bad, you should miss 4 games. That's what happens. If a player Miss 4 games if you make a clear and obvious error that costs teams games, stupid penalties, something like that. Oh, the Pats just gave up a long 2nd and 17. Nice. They're in New England too, so yeah, I know a lot of you guys are watching this game, so I'm not going to stay on here too long because I know you guys, it's early. I wanted to get on here early. It was a weird game from whistle to whistle. I don't know when you guys started feeling confident in the defense when they got their first 3 and out in the second half after the Bills made it 9-10. I said, okay, I think we're going to see him start to roll now. I think we're going to see him, and that was it. They put the sorry for the helicopter. They put the clamps on the New York Jets. They really, really did. I mean, can't say enough about what they did. But it was a crazy, crazy game. Crazy game. The ebbs, the flows, and basically to go down 10-0 and then kind of like coast your way back into the game and then take the lead and then kind of finish it off. Yeah, ugly, but the Bills did win comfortably, but they definitely played their way back into the game. They played well enough on defense. They played well enough on offense to just get the job done, which is at the end of the day all we ever want. Yeah, I thought Damager. I thought he had a concussion initially, also because Gumbel was terrible. I don't know if you guys got annoyed with this after the first. Darnold started off the game. He started off the game 9 for 10, right? He started off the game like 9 for 10, 9 for 11. He finished 12 for 23 with 100-some yards, 120 yards. The longest completion was the long third down to Barrios, which I lost my shit. The water bottle went flying. That was the most annoying shit. I was like, "Are you fucking here we go." Let me read some of these comments. I think WGR said something that Jets have negative yard. Maybe they did. I saw 14 total. Maybe with penalties or sacks. Maybe with sacks you accumulate it like that. But I saw, dude. That's a huge win though for that team on that side of the ball and in general. Gemini, good win for the Bills. Can't get over the type of joke Dallas is, costing me over $1,000. Yeah, don't bet on football, man. It's don't bet in general, but it's a week-to-week league. Hussein Dable got a little too cute on one drive. Yeah, that killed. They've got it. Like I said, they have to. That play has to, if they want to run the motion, if they want to fake it, but it's not really fooling anybody anymore. It was -3. Oh, Garoppolo just threw a horrible interception. Horrible interception. It was -3 to 170 passing yards at one point. Yeah, that was. I don't know what the hell. Darnold looked lost. He looks very confused. He looks like a deer in the headlights. But out of the quarterbacks, I mean, Baker had a hellacious game against the Bengals today. I don't want to take anything away from what he did, but Allen's definitely, taken some steps this year. He still has more to go. He looked early in the game. He looked a little off. Davis saved him an interception in the end zone. He almost threw an interception. I think it was to the one corner, Blason Austin. Shit, I think it was both times Blason Austin because he peeled off of he tried to force it to Diggs going down the right sideline, and he I was just lucky. It was just lucky. The running was good today. Him sliding. There was one where I got a little nervous because I don't want to see his knees or his ankles getting hit, rolled up on, so I got a little nervous. But the one strip sack was a real bitch. That knocked him. I forget the down and distance, but it was annoying because it's like there's 3 points, there's 3 points, there's 7 points, there's an extra 4 points, there's an extra 4. It was just they left a lot of points on the field today. They left, say yards, but they left a lot of points on the field today. That's encouraging to know that they're capable of a hell of a lot more, And it was a crazy week. I didn't finish 2 losses. You release a player that had a lot of questions surrounding it. Then yesterday, we all get the lovely notification about some guys showing up with corona, and I'm like, oh my god, they have no tight ends. And then I look, and the only thing that saved Tyler Croft is his wife had a baby. Reggie Gilliam is in the goes in the running back room, so he's not in there, even though he's listed as a tight end. He's not in there with the tight ends. He's in with the running backs. He's their H-back hybrid tight end running back fullback. So, and then they brought up an extra lineman as like a jumbo type of player, Davey. But it was crazy. It was just, I was like, oh, it was just a kick in the nuts. Division games are never easy. Ton of injuries. Take the win. Yeah, it's a big division win. That's 3. Next week that's going to tell the tale of where the season goes, really, because that's going to be a big game. That's why we're all going to pay close attention to what's going on with the Pats right now. See where they're at, what their level of play is at. Let me read some of these comments. What happened with Croft? That was an awkward non-touch. Yeah, that was annoying, man. That really. Oh God, I was like, don't do this, don't do this. I was hoping he could recapture his momentum, but he just stumbled and boom. Who's saying I'm upset the first half performance, but I'm glad the defense played well in the second half. In the Pats, yeah, it's good. Oh, Newton just missed a wide open receiver. I think Bird missed them clean. But yeah, you get the team kind of, going in the right direction defensively. Get this kicker, get his head on straight. It just seemed like it was a fait accompli that he was going to have to make a kick that sealed the game. It didn't seal the game, but it definitely put the Jets in a bind, knowing that they would have to drive the field with 1 timeout, a little under 2 minutes left, and then the first play of their drive, they take a sack and have to call that timeout. That, to me, pretty much killed the game. The penalty, then the other penalty on the Jets. So it was a real – they really offered nothing. They gave you no deep gasps late. That was the comforting thing. The defense came out there and just said, you know what, this game, we're going to end it now. That was nice to see. Really nice to see. The defense could do that. It's a snowy game in Denver. Holy crap. A snowy game. Oh, Cam Newton with a quarterback keeper. Well, they're not going to need a scout team quarterback because Josh Allen and Cam Newton can play scout team quarterback for the Bills. He can do that, because they pretty much have a similar style of game. But I really appreciate it, guys. The room, the chats are not showing. I don't know why. I don't know if you guys are typing anything or whatever, or if somebody wants to type something and just put it in the room, I want to see if the chat is working. But if not, that's it was just good for them to get a win against a team that everybody. Okay, cool. Okay, Jeff, thank you. It was just good to see them get a win against the team. Oh, you listen to McDermott? Did he say anything? If McDermott says anything or you find anything out, always put it in the room, guys. What's up, Peter? Yeah, definitely. Go Bills. Feel free, because I'm not listening to his press conference. I usually do, but I wanted to jump on here quick because I know a lot of you guys want to, go on with your Sunday and watch this game and the rest of the games tonight. So I really appreciate you guys hanging around for me last week. That was a real tough, weird Monday time start, originally scheduled for Thursday. Then the week prior, it was a Tuesday. So no, I never gamble on football, man. I don't gamble on sports, dude. That's just something I just do not do. Pats got stopped on 3rd down, have to settle for a field goal try. One thing I'll say, now that they get back to a regular schedule, regular Monday through Saturday schedule as a team, as coaches, they get a couple of maybe they get Brown back this week, maybe they don't. They get Feliciano back for sure. Milano, came through the game okay. There wasn't any injuries today. Levi Wallace's can come back off the IR. I saw him doing drills a couple of times. The beat writers put up some videos. I think it was John Scott. He looked like he was moving well. He was doing ladder drills, so maybe he comes right off the IR and gets some cornerback depth. They didn't have Josh Norman for this game. He tweaked his hamstring. Maybe they get him back. So yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna leave it right there. Go Bills. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Me too, Thomas. I love the 1 o'clock starts. The last 2 weeks have been crazy for everybody. Crazy for the fans. Crazy for the team. There's no let up. There's no rest. I mean, even yesterday we had these COVID updates with the team, and it was fucking annoying. It was like, come on, can we just have nothing not go wrong for once? Like it's just insane. I hope these guys come back negative on their retests. I really do. What's up, Chris? It was ugly. It was a damned if you do, damned if you don't win. People are going to bitch that they didn't beat the Jets by more. People are going to bitch because they let the Jets go up on them. They're going to bitch because there was no touchdowns. But you watch the game, you see how it played. It's just you'll understand it. It was what it was. It was a win. You'll remember it. That's for sure. You'll remember it. You'll remember for the field goals, the misses, Kroft stumbling. Hughes just took over in the second half and played like a monster, and that was big because he called a defensive lineman's only meeting on Tuesday, the day after the Bills loss last week against the Chiefs, and that really showed that he's become a leader. He didn't take any stupid penalties. He played very, very well. He was just a monster out there. 2 sacks. That's what you want. Causing disruption. He sniffed out Darnold on a rollout. Didn't allow him to get outside. Didn't allow him to complete the pass. Forced the fumble. Got an interception. So he made some game-changing plays. Really big game-changing plays. So let's see if Nick Folk makes this field goal. He's 7 for 9 on the season. I'm going to stay with you to see. Thank God for Kroft's baby. Thank God for his wife. Otherwise, we would have had no tight ends. Biggest play of the game offensively for the Bills was the Kroft catch. I think the next one was the Zach Moss run. So let's see what happens. Going down. Zimmer played better, definitely. He played better. He just made it. Zimmer definitely has been playing, decent. He really played well in the second half, and he was playing a lot. I hope, Junksy, I say, I hope Jackson turns into something too, because that's a position you can never have enough good players. You can have corners, but are they any damn good? I was excited. I was happy for Teron Johnson because they got it. He's been a sore spot, but he had a huge pass breakup on Barrios. That was going to be a big play, and he broke it up, and that was big. Made big for his confidence, for the whole defense confidence. I mean, everybody played well. They seemed to tackle a lot better. They just got to the point better, and they really just put the clamps on. And that's the kind of team you want the defense to have a great performance. But I don't know if you got this in the first half. It was really, really annoying. Gumbel just kept going on and on about, Darryl Loggins took over the play calling, and this offense, look at Darnold. He's a 9 for 11. He looks like a different – he just kept going on. And in the second half, that shit wall went away. Yeah, and Norman. So, I know people don't like Norman. He's older. But you know what? He's a guy that can help a guy like a Dane Jackson. He can, that's a gritty veteran that was, once an elite player at his position that, can smell things, can play the game with his mind. Granted, he's not the best, anymore. He was never the fastest. He was never the biggest, but, he's capable. He's a capable guy. You're saying better be finding free agents than draft picks, to be honest. Hopefully. I think we're going to see a trade this week. Hussein brings it up. I think we'll see a trade. I think it'll be for a defensive player. I don't know who, We'll see. Yeah, if 4 yards in the second half by the Jets, is it 4? Because I was seeing 14. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I didn't see the deducted yards for the sacks. That's possible because they had 5 sacks in the 5 sacks in the second half. I don't miss Norman. After Norman got the stiff arm, I kind of look at him weird. Nah, dude, that happens. I think about that. I think about those plays. I played football in high school. I started a little bit in college, and I remember one time this offensive guard, I'll never forget his name, Ryan Kalich. He pulled around. He caught, like, I just knew he was gonna fuck me up. I mean, this kid was like 300 pounds, and he knocked me. I don't know how far I got put, but he fucked me up. Yeah, things happen, man. I mean, it was like one of those things, and everybody went, oh. I heard everybody. They went, oh, and I knew I'm the one they're going oh at because I got my ass put somewhere that I don't even remember where I landed. So yeah, I mean, that happens. I played safety, corner, linebacker. Safety, corner, linebacker. But I weighed more than. I don't weigh as much as I did then. I used to just have to eat and lift and stuff. But San Francisco's moving the ball. They look okay. Yeah, only fit. Nah, man, there was a whole sideline. There was a lot. There was half the team, pretty much the whole team. Then there was, yeah, millions saw him. But you know what? So many plays happen during the course of a week, during the course of a game. It's one of those things. Yeah, it'll get put on a highlight reel, but you know what? I'll still think about Norman forcing a fumble against Darren Waller. I'll think about him recovering it. I'll think about him. He almost got an interception against Mahomes. He kind of had to reach back. But again, I think he's a capable player. If for nothing else, depth. If he's active, maybe he doesn't have to play. You keep Dane Jackson out there, but he can be in Dane Jackson's ear on the sideline. You know what I mean? Having a guy like that around helps. In my opinion, he's all into McDermott's program and Bean and stuff. He's not going to cause no bullshit if that happens. So that's why I like having him around. Hopefully, him and Jackson, Levi, and Norman are back next week. That would help. Yeah, that's what he is. That's what he is ideally. I don't think he's anything else. That's why he doesn't. That's why I don't get that worked up. But I like him in a spot. I don't like him starting or playing a lot. I like him in spot play. That's pretty much it. So I think we covered everything, guys. It was a crazy game. Penalties today, man. My God. That's what I mean. There was yards out there. There was points out there. You turn over the ball once in that spot. The missed field goals. Bills, how many points would you estimate the Bills left on the field today? How many points? Definitely, I don't know what the hell the Davis one was, so I'll say they left 4. I don't know if that was a missed field goal or not. Maybe it was 7. The Tyler Croft stumbling, there's 7. Bass, 6 points. I would estimate, let's just 17 points. 17 points. Okay. Yeah, you know what? And I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all, Hussein. I don't mind that at all. That's why I just like calm, steady, no knee-jerk bullshit. If they switch a player out, their explanations are clear, concise. We just play the guys that we want to play that make us better, yada, yada, yada. Coach speak. I'm good with that. How he is with them behind closed doors, different story. I'm sure he's a completely different person. All of them are. You're never going to see there's very few players you see the authentic them at all in front of the camera. Maybe there's a handful, and even they get criticized by the media. Wow, they're getting eat up by these end arounds. If you guys watching the 49ers Patriots, they're getting these wide receivers sweeps are killing them. They seem to be falling for all those. I hope the Bills don't see it and want to start doing it again with McKenzie, but I just that's crazy. What I'm excited to watch is Adam Gase's press conference. Oh my God. Gase throws everyone under the bus. Yeah, it's like that's why he's not a head coach. He shouldn't be a head coach, and he's probably this is it for him. 49ers are driving right now. Let's see what happens. Play action. Dink. Oh my God, Kyle Juszczyk just dropped it. Easy 5-6 yard completion. He just double clutched and dropped it. Terrible. Up Brady to Gronk in the back of the end zone, touchdown. Bucks take the lead. Yeah, I want the Bucks to win because the Raiders are going to be fighting for one of those playoff spots. They got to get buried. So I mean, even Pittsburgh, like, take that L. I was rooting for the Bengals today to beat the Browns, but Baker played his ass off after an early interception. So yeah, Shanahan is he loves those type of they're gonna do it again. Deebo Samuel, 8 yards. Oh, there's a flag. Let's see what it is. I bet you it's like an illegal motion or illegal formation, some nickel and dime penalty. But as it relates to the Bills, I just want them to just, line up, just run the ball. Josh under center. Maybe you can hit some play action like that. He was in shotgun a lot today. I didn't see him much under center, but when they started running the ball in the second half a lot more, there was more Moss, Singletary. Allen was in spots. It was a much better game. If he would have given Moss the ball instead of keeping it on the last drive of the game, the game clincher that Tyler Bassett, Moss would have had. I think he would have gotten a good, easy 10-yard run. I'm not going to say he scores, but yeah, it was something. It was a 10-yard penalty on them. But did the only play it must have damaged, or maybe it helped fire guys up. Players only meeting, he said they watched the film together. Hopefully they got it together, and they were pushing the pocket pretty well, and they were playing, they played with their hair on fire today, and maybe that's all you need. That's Hewitt. I think that's Neville Hewitt, dude. I believe that's who it is, number 46. Or it could be Huff. It's either Huff or Hewitt, because I know those are the only guys. I think it's Hewitt. Yep, Neville Hewitt. I remember because he made a play against the Bills in Josh Allen's first year. That's why I remember. And I just remember, fuck, I think it was an interception, actually, or he stopped him on a run play. Allen still ran for over 100 yards in that game. The Bills ended up losing that game, but I always remember that because of that reason. I don't mind linebackers, Bills, or they're as long they play well. They play well, but let's watch out this week, guys, because I think the Bills are going to make a move. Definitely one move. I don't know about two, but I think they're definitely going to make a trade of some kind. It's not going to be crazy. I don't think you're going to see any big. I don't think you'll see day 2 picks moved. I think you'll see, conditionals, 7ths and 6ths at best, especially for a player that might have an expiring contract. So, yeah. All right, guys. Love you all. Go Bills. 48 minutes. It was a lot more than I thought it would be because this game was just, what am I going to talk about? You think about talking about 6 field goals, but then you put it into context. You got 2 missed field goals. You got a guy stumbling on a clear path to the end zone for a touchdown. You have a touchdown call back. You have the defense finally waking up. And they kind of started – they started in the first half. They got a 3 and out, and the Jets, they got that turnover, and then the Bills, had 40 seconds left, and that might turn the season around. The Bills were – if the Bills give up 13, if they go into the locker room down, whatever – 3-13. This is a different ball. It's a way different game. But they really, they really showed up today. So thank you guys. Love you all. Go Bills. Got every game's big, man. Let's just be honest. But this game next week is really, really big. This is the season to me. This is the way the season is gonna go, the way the the units might rebound or play. I definitely need to see, we need to see what's going to happen. Guys get back healthy, what roster moves. They're going to make some roster moves this week. The COVID guys will come back. Maybe Knox's test was negative. Who knows? Maybe it's a false negative. We'll see. McBrizzle clean up some mistakes. They're just killing themselves with these dumb penalties, man. Who's saying I'm such an asshole? I would be tired to score on the final drive. And I thought the same thing. I would have, but you know what? McDermott's not going to do that. Thanks for the likes, guys. Thanks for the views. I appreciate it. I'm not a poacher. I'm not here. You guys come to me, and I really love talking to all of you. Thank you so much. This is your room. I'm just here enjoying it. Go Bills. Have a great week, guys. Victory Monday.